greatest common factor of two or more numbers. It is also known as the highest common factor, or HCF. We can do this by pairing, listing, repeated division, and prime factorization. Let's work on the first example. Find the highest common factor of 12 and 18. First, we have to find the factors of each number. When we say factors, these are the counting numbers multiplied together to get a product. In this case, the product is the target number, which is 12 and 18. We need to find the factors of these numbers one at a time. Let's try the pairing method with this one. Starting with 1 times 12 or 12 times 1, 2 times 6 or 6 times 2, 3 times 4 or 4 times 3. From this pairing, we list down the factors of 12. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Do the same with 18. Let's find the pairs of numbers multiplied together to give us a product of 18. We have 1 times 18 or 18 times 1, 2 times 9 or 9 times 2, and 3 times 6 or 6 times 3. So these are the factors of 18. We have 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18 itself. Now that we have the factors of 12 and 18, let's see what numbers are common in both. We have 1, 2, 3, and 6. Among the common factors, obviously, the highest number is 6, and therefore the highest common factor of 12 and 18 is 6. Repeated division. Say, for example, if you are to find the highest common factor of 36 and 42, all you have to do is put the numbers next to each other and then divide these numbers one at a time using the short division method, like this one. It is always easier to start with a small number as a divisor so that you won't struggle that much. So with 36 and 42, we can divide by 2, since both numbers are even numbers. Taking half of 36, we still get 18. And half of 42, we get 21. 18 and 21 can still be divided further. We can use 3. 18 divided by 3, we get 6. And 21 divided by 3, we get 7. However, there is no common number we can use to divide 6 and 7 that would give us an exact answer. It means that 6 and 7 have no common divisor, and therefore you need to stop dividing and just ignore these uncommon factors. And the last step is to take the product of the common factors, which are 2 and 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Therefore, the highest common factor of 36 and 42 is 6. Another way to find the highest common factor of two or more numbers is by listing. Be reminded that the highest common factor is the same as greatest common divisor. Let's say, for example, you need to find the highest common factor of 24 and 40. By listing means you simply list down the divisors of each number one at a time. Divisors are exact numbers that you can use to divide with no remainder. Think of the numbers that you can use to divide 24 with no leftover. Let's start with 1. 24 divided by 1 equals 24 with no remainder. 24 can also be divided by 2, by 3, and by 4 with no remainder. How about 5? If we divide 24 by 5, we'll get 4 remainder 4. So 5 is not a factor of 24. Moving on to 6, which exactly divides 24 with no remainder. 8 is fine too. Even 12. And of course, 24 itself. So the factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24 itself. This time, list down the divisors or factors of 40. Of course, 40 can be divided by 1 and 2. However, it can't be divided exactly by 3. But 4 and 5 are fine, as well as 8, 10, 20, and 40 itself. These are the only numbers that can be used to divide 40 without a remainder. So the factors of 40 are 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 20, and 40 itself. Let's look at the factors and see what numbers are common for both. We have 1, 2, 4, and 8. Among these numbers, 8 is the greatest and therefore is the highest common factor or HCF. Prime factorization. It means finding which prime numbers multiplied together to make the original number. These prime numbers are called prime factors. For example, if you are to find the highest common factor of 30 and 45, we have to find the prime factors of 30 and 45. So for 30, the prime factors can be expressed as 2 times 3 times 5. And for 45, we have 3 times 3 times 5. From this listing, we can see the common factors for 30 and 45 are 3 and 5. All we have to do is multiply these numbers to get the highest common factor. 3 times 5 is 15. Therefore, the highest common factor of 30 and 45 is 15. Prime numbers, as we all know, are those numbers with only two factors, 1 and itself. Just like the numbers 5 and 7, where the factors are just 1 and itself. Are you ready for an extra challenge? What is the highest and the lowest prime factor of 390? You can always pause this video if you need more time to think. But if you're ready, let's go ahead and check your answers. First, we must find all the prime factors of 390. Let's try doing this using the factor tree. Since this is a 3-digit number that ends in 0, the obvious factor is 10 and 39, which are not prime. 10 can still be broken down into prime factors of 2 and 5. While 39 can still be split into prime factors of 3 and 13. Now we have all the prime factors. 390 can be expressed as 2 times 3 times 5 times 13. The highest prime factor of 390 is 13, and the lowest prime factor is 2.